All right, so here is the Message Manager screen. What does Message Manager do for you? It is your texting feature that allows for those text messages and also those team chats that just popped up on the screen. So let's take a look at what we got here. First off, I want to go directly into the Settings tab. And inside the Settings tab, you have the General, Automation, Shop Management, and Template Builder, where you can build your own. We'll get back into that in a moment. Under the General tab, the General tab is where you'll find your SMS number. Now, this is mine, and thank you for all those messages. And let me get rid of all those. So there is, again, can we do a chat for each? I'm sorry, your question disappeared real quick. So, Lewis, if you can help them out with that. So, the Message Manager number would be right here. Now, again, this is our Message Manager number. Yours is going to be in your area code for your customer. All right. Then we have the automation. Under the automation is where we set up on at least one of your computers. Most of the time, we like to set it up on your server, your Mitchell server. Now, as you see here and why this box is checked, this is used for automatically send and receive messages from this computer. This needs to be turned on only one machine. Okay? For that, it will receive messages. Any computer using Message Manager can send a quick text message to anyone. The receiving part, this needs to be turned on only one machine. Okay? Now, once this box is checked and the customer can reply, see to confirm is checked, there's also an area to set up for the shop management under the cell phone. In case I've seen some Mitchells that have different names, it would need to be selected for either your cellular or cell. Okay, and secondary, usually typically the spouse. This is going to be looking for the number to send the messages to. All right, again, General tab is the SMS number for your shop. The automation needs to be turned on one machine, typically your host machine. Now, we look at the 12:30 time to be an ideal time to send the messages. Typically, the average consumer with a cell phone, at lunchtime when they have the opportunity, they're on their cell phone checking their emails, checking their text messages. We find that this is an opportune time to send the messages out. 7 days in advance. That includes at least one weekend, and with the 7 days out, it's Monday for Monday, Tuesday for Tuesday. So anybody that has a scheduled appointment for next Wednesday, this Wednesday would send that reminder for that customer. Monday for Monday, Tuesday for Tuesday, so on and so forth. The appointment reminder message. If you select this box here with the three dots on it, that's going to allow you to select from a lot of your different messages. And these are just standard or default messages that are in the Message Manager. You will have the ability to build your own messages and create your own messages. Okay. All right. So you want to typically select a message that could remind your customers of the appointment, or use the message that simply states that your vehicle may be due for a service. So, or build your own message to include that, and we'll go over that in a second. Okay, so that's where we would need to set that up. The shop management, again, is the cell and spouse. Save and close that, and we're back out here. So under the settings and these cross wrenches for shop management is the same general automation shop management save and close that you see right here. Going into the template builder is where you can adjust or add your own messages. To simply add your own message, click on the add button and give it a title. And I'm just going to simply say test. Then here you could start your text message. Text messages are limited to 160 characters. If you should build one that's over 160 characters, it will send the first 160 characters of that message. Then if it's only including maybe 2 or 3 additional characters, it will send that second message as 2 or 3 characters, depending on how many are over 160. So you could simply start typing in here, and let's say you want to add the customer's name, as we see here on this particular message. So how do you get this, what's called a wildcard? Right down here, making the drop box, there are your selection of wildcards. And they are things that will be pre-populated through your Mitchell. So if we select customer name here, it's going to say hi and then the customer's first name. And you can continue on with your message, and you have the ability to use these wildcards to add your shop name, your shop phone number, the vehicle, type of vehicle you're dealing with, or any other one you want to use here. The opt-out is a legal opt-out for your customer. You may want to try to include that in your messages. What that opt-out feature is, it tells the customer that they can use the simple word stop to stop receiving messages. That will automatically turn that particular customer off from receiving text messages from your shop. There is a way to turn that back on. If the customer realizes that they may have made a mistake by turning that feature off, they can respond to the SMS number of your shop that I showed you earlier with the word start. And that would turn that function back on for them, as long as they use the same cell phone number that they used to say the word stop as they did to turn it back on with the word start. So once you've completed your message, just simply click OK, and that would add it here to the list. Using the asterisks, we'll put them up on the top, so you can have the ability to select them pretty quick when you use a feature that I'm about to show you. All right, so let's look at more of here. So we have a new message and a quick message. The new message bar is for any 10-digit phone number. You don't need to add the dashes. You can just enter a straight up text number and type in your text and send it on its way. In less than 10 seconds, whoever that number was, they will receive a pop-up on their cell phone that there was a message. All right. What happens with new messages, it does not identify your shop, as which quick message will, and I'll show you in a minute. The new message is strictly going to show the customer that it's coming in from this phone number. So this number here is the number that you want to advertise, and not this particular, this is ours, your number will be different. They can advertise that number to let your customers know that you do text message. You might want to put it on your invoice through Report Pro in possibly one of the coupons area, or you can use the slogan line, if you're not already using it in Mitchell, to add that number to and simply state that we now text. So there are some options for you on that. So new message is any 10-digit phone number. Now, it's suggested, or I like to suggest, that when you're explaining to your customer that you're using the text message system and they're at the counter with you and they just were in for, let's just simply say, an oil service today, and there's a reminder for that next appointment 90 days from now. So as you're explaining to the customer that you use the text message system, send them a quick message. So within 10 seconds, it'll pop up on the phone and they'll see that number, and you could simply ask them to save that number as a contact on their phone. So when they receive that reminder message 90 days from now, that it'll be coming in from your shop and not just some strange number. All right. Quick message. Quick message is for that customer that's currently on screen. As long as they have that cellular number, in the Mitchell tab here for customer under the telephone list for cellular. As long as they have that number there, you would be able to simply send them a quick text message. Right from here, something simply used through the quick templates as maybe the vehicle is ready for pickup. And this information would fill in customer's first and last name, the name of your shop, the shop phone number, and the stop to stop, which is their legal out. Or you could simply hit them with a thank you once they've picked their vehicle up. And again, you could use Template Builder in here to build your own message. Maybe there's another message that you'd like to send to your customers. Okay. So quick message is used for the current customer on screen. New message, again, is for any 10-digit phone number. You have the ability to go into your customer list, searching simply by typing in a letter. And I just typed in the A, so you could see all the customers that start with A. Or if you want to look up a specific customer, let's say I want to look up a Smith, SMI, and it'll start loading anybody that has the SMI that starts, and you can go through, and at that time you would be able to just simply select somebody that has a cell phone number and send them a quick message. Now, knowing that this is not meant for marketing or campaigns, you cannot do a bulk text message. It's strictly for one shot at a time. Not meant to put up an oil special and send it to each one of your customers or anything of that nature. There's nothing wrong with sending them an estimate or giving a text message stating that, hey, your wiper blades are shot. If you'd like us to put them on there, give us permission. It's $30 for the set. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But trying to send bulk messages about an oil change, that falls against the federal law called the CAN-SPAM Act. So no marketing or campaigns, please. Work in progress tab here is everything that's going on in your shop today. If you had estimates, invoices, repair orders, you would be able to select somebody from here as long as they had that 10-digit number under their cell field. You would be able to send them a quick message right from here. All right, using the quick templates, something like vehicle pickup, or again, something like a simple thank you. All right, using that also, the work in progress or customer list, when you select a customer to send them a quick message, let's say Eugene, his wife was in, they dropped the wife's car off, and Eugene asked, please let my wife know about the vehicle. We have added this here, the switch phone number, to make it convenient for you to do that. So if there was a spouse number listed underneath here, you would be able to select that. And I'm just going to add that real quick here so we can show you. Go under spouse, and we're just going to simply add phone number here and just click OK. Now that we've added that, let's go back into Message Manager and use that switch phone number field. So now as a spouse, knowing that they have dropped her car off, you could simply select that number and send her the message, whether it be vehicle ready for pickup or anything that you'd like to type in, and send it on its way. All right. It will automatically default. If I close this and go back in using the quick message, it will automatically default back to the number that was in there originally. And the switch number feature is still there. All right. So let's state that we talked to the customer about that replacing the wiper blades. And the customer said, go ahead and do it. Thank you. Then the customer comes in at the end of the day and says, I don't remember giving you permission to put those wiper blades on. Well, you could go back in here and select that customer, and every message to and from that customer's cell phone number are recorded. So you could go back and see, and simply, if you need to, print that out on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and show the customer. Well, you may not remember, but here it is, because it does have a time, date, and stamp. All right, so that's a good way to show your customer that they indeed gave you permission for it. All right. After work in progress is the calendar, is the Mitchell scheduler. Now, under their new scheduler on version 7.02, this doesn't change, but they have a nice new scheduler set up for you. So here we could take a look at anything that is currently set up in the schedule today. Look for tomorrow. Maybe we're looking for any recommendations going forward or any appointments that are set up. All right, let's see what we had here for a recommendation. Now, you could select the customer from here and again send a quick message out also from here using the calendar. Team chat is a function that if you do not have mobile, it still will allow you to chat between workstations or computer terminals. Using that, simply select who it's coming from and do a team chat. Just type in there whatever you need to send to someone else. Now, that is being worked on where it is a future update to select an individual. Say somebody with a tablet, one of your technicians out in the shop, coming up, you would be able to select that particular technician and send them a quick little chat. All right. Now, one thing about that, if there is a computer in your business that maybe accounts receivables or payables, and they don't want to see those chats popping up, there is a way under the settings and shop management, under the general tab, to just simply turn that checkbox off, and they will not receive those team chat notifications. You'll still be able to see incoming messages, but not the team chat that pops up from your tablets or from other computers. So you have the ability to turn that off on each individual if you need to. All right, team chat. So let's just go over it again briefly. Message Manager. Inside the settings area is where you have the opportunity to select what message you want to go out. And I know we talked about this briefly, but you'll see here that there is a reply C to confirm, where your customers, once they receive that reminder message, they can confirm the appointment. If you take a look at here, where you see how the green check is and it's bright green across, where a customer that had received the message earlier, they have confirmed the appointment. What that does is inside the Mitchell scheduler, we'll take the automated appointment reminder and change it to a confirmed appointment. So you would be able to see that through the Mitchell scheduler. And let's take a look and see if I can find one here. And there is the new Mitchell scheduler. And let's go forward and see if we have anything. There's something here. That's a holiday. Nope, there's automated oil changes. All right. So there are some automated oil changes. And if the customer would receive this message the 21st, 7 days in advance, they could confirm that. When will the updates come out for this new scheduler? It's in update 7.01 or 7.02, I believe, through Mitchell. Louis, you have anything to add about that? If you could answer that up. All right, so that's what what happens from Lube Sticker when the Lube Sticker sets the automated oil change. So this is where it's picking up those reminders for Message Manager to send 7 days in advance. All right. So as you're going through your calendar, you can see everything that's highlighted here that has those oil changes set up. All right, that's the Mitchell scheduler. And let's get back in. The one thing about Message Manager, it needs to be running on your computer. It is designed, it should be set up that it's in your startup on your computer. So if you should shut your computer down completely and restart it the next day, the Message Manager should be designed to automatically turn on. And it should just be minimized down here on the taskbar all day long, so you would be able to see any of those pop-up messages come in. And let's see if I can get one of those pop-ups to come in. And I sent myself a message earlier, and I'm just going to reply to it. Now, typically, messages going out, text messages going out, are less than 10 seconds. Messages coming in, now keep in mind when we send a message out, or when you send an inspection via text, typically it's 10 seconds or less before the customer receives it. Incoming messages usually take about a minute to a minute and a half to come in. What's happening is the Message Manager is constantly scrolling for new messages. So every 30 seconds, it's going out and looking for new messages. So it may have just missed a cycle, or it comes in for 2 cycles. And how do you find, I'm sorry, go ahead, I'm trying to jump ahead here. So when the message comes in, and typically this is going to be minimized, the incoming message would be right here in the corner. And it'll continue to add those text messages coming in, popping up. And they will be there for the rest of the day until you do something with them. And what do I mean by that is either respond to the message by clicking on the chat box of that message, or simply closing the message. Okay. How do you send an inspection via text? Okay. Well, there's 2 ways. You could send them from your tablet in the inspection, or simply by Report Pro. Inside here, it'll show you under the Tools tab and Inspection Manager the inspections that were completed. Let's see if we could find one here like this. And once you've opened up the inspection as a service writer, you would be checking for things on the inspection as far as spelling or pictures, things of that nature. And down here, you'll notice there is a share indicator down here. Simply clicking on that and share via text message. As long as the customer has that 10-digit number, you would be able to share via text or email right from here. And it would send that inspection out to the customer. Again, via text message, less than 10 seconds. All right, there you have it. Under Message Manager, the Help tab, the How-To Guide. This is the user guide for all of our products, starting with ProCall through LubeSticker, Report Pro, Message Manager, Mobile Manager, MV431 for people in Pennsylvania, and I think that's about it. A Welcome Station also. It's 47 pages long. And there's like LubeSticker here, gives you a description about everything you can do in LubeSticker, Report Pro, Message Manager, and so on. It's available simply through the Help tab. What's new is what's current on what release that it's at, and this gives you statuses of the releases that have been currently updated. Remote support, if you're ever in need of help, you can simply go into the Help button through Message Manager and Report Pro and select Remote Support, which will log you into Bolt-On. Website takes you to our Bolt-On website. And if you're still a little confused, maybe with some mobile information, click on the videos. That'll take you to our YouTube site. There are a whole bunch of different videos, training videos for mobile, and basic instructions. All right. I hope that was helpful. And that's about it. So thank you for coming in and attending our Message Manager webinar this afternoon, and have a great day.